It's a different type of trip today, a mixture of work and pleasure. We're taking the boat to the hard standing at Beaumaris. So welcome to Savvy Sailing. We're moving Wakiva today to the hard standing at ABC Power Marine. We have reciprocal berthing with boat folk, but we want to use this for our new boat, which is still down in Hasler for the remaining month. We'd originally arranged a swinging mooring on the Menai Strait, but we found it hard to insure her there, so instead we spoke to AB Power Marine and they were really helpful. For the last video we had sunshine and blue skies, but it doesn't seem to be like that today. It's not cold though. Conwy Marina tidal gate should go down just before 10 AM, and we have a lift out arranged at 1:30 at Gallows Point on Innismon or Anglesey. Today we're on spring tides. In fact, it's a very large tidal range. High tide is well over 8 metres and low tide is 50 centimetres. When the gate goes down, we know that we're going to have a strong tidal current against us as that 8 metres fills the estuary. So we're not expecting to travel very quickly along Traeth Lavan or Morfa Beach right up to the perch. Today it's just me and my wife sailing, no children on board, so we're a bit short crewed really, but we're looking forward to it. Taking Wakiva out of the water means that we can give her a good check over and check the anti-fouling that we did when we dried out last year with our 2-year anti-foul paint. We still have some jobs to do on Wakiva too. She needs a good clean on deck and the canvas too. We'd still like to replace the sail bag and we have some sanding on the woodwork to do. But you can tell that we're taking this easy today as we've already got a cup of coffee with us as we leave the marina. We look quite serious here, but we're not. We're just concentrating on the tide and the current. When the water's running quickly, it pushes you around a little bit. We're trying to stay close to the edges where the water runs slower, but without going to the point where it's too shallow. We're also taking transits along the coast to check that we're making progress. Today we're travelling out in a bit of a flotilla. There are 4 other boats and all seem to be in a hurry. We saw one heading over to the north of Anglesey and the others headed towards the Menai Straits. I should imagine they're racing to get there so that they can pass through on slack tide. When there's water in the bay, Conwy gives the illusion that you could sail just straight out, but there are a lot of sandbanks. You have to make a dogleg and get nearly all the way back to the shore before turning back out. Here's the perch. At low water you can walk out to this. On the chart plotter you can see that I've not quite followed my planned route, but there's water under the keel and we're enjoying the coast. Still no wind though. Looks like it's going to be another motor trip, 2 in a row now. So we're approaching now the Penmaen Swatch, and this is a little bit of water that is between the sandbanks. So we're passing through it now because behind me it looks like open water, but it's not. It's again sandbanks that they have a drying height of about 5.5 meters, so there's not a lot of water there. There's also another sandbank behind here, so we have to avoid that, but just behind there's a little bit of a channel. It still dries, it's still you can only do it when there's sufficient water over it, but that's why we're heading over in this direction, sort of over to Beaumaris. Once we get there we'll make a turn over to port and then we'll head a little bit further down the Menai Strait so that we can get to Gallows Point. So behind me you can see Puffin Island. There's not a lot of wind today. As another YouTuber says, that it's bin bags on the water today. There's hardly any wind at all, so it's very, very flat. It's nice for the motorboaters today. I think they're enjoying it and we've seen a few out. You can see we've got Puffin there and then the start of Innismon or Anglesey behind us. Behind us here you can see the Conwy Mountains. I have two Penmaen Mawr and Penmaen Bach. Penmaen Mawr being the biggest one, Penmaen Bach being the small one over in the distance. Now we've passed through the Swatch and we're running along the coast of Ynysmon. These houses are beautiful. What a view to wake up to. We're getting close to Beaumaris now. We can see Gallows Point in the distance, and that's where we're heading to. I'd not been to Gallows Point before, but it was really clear to see where the boatyard was. There's a mooring buoy in front of the boatyard, so we waited here because it was a very high tide and we needed it to go down a little bit. I am discussing your skills with the boat. Your skills are top skills. Look at that.
It's like we're on lock.
You see the bridge down at the bottom? At this boatyard, they bring the lift down the ramp and then you sail up to it.
No, that way, that way, that way.
was good to see Wakiva out of the water. We gave her a spray down and we saw that the anti-fouling was in good condition. Okay. We walked into Beaumaris where we got a taxi back over to Bangor train station. From Bangor train station we took the train over to Conwy and then the bus from Conwy to Conwy Marina. We drove back over to Beaumaris where the tide had gone down almost completely, so we used the drone to have a look at the sandbanks that we'd previously sailed over. So that's it, a short sail. The mountains of Conwy were spectacular as always, but Wakiva's now out of the water and she's safe somewhere where we can start doing a little bit of work on her. It also frees up the berth, ready for us to bring Celine back from Haslar. Please like and subscribe, because the next journey will be the big one, from Portsmouth back to Conwy.